Welcome back to episode number 2 of our NFL draft special. We are now officially, 9 days away?
Yeah, about
we're
that.
around 9 days away from the NFL draft, everybody. We gave y'all our top 10 picks from last episode. If you didn't catch it, go watch that one and then come back and, check in with us. But we are coming live with y'all to give you our picks 11 through 22. But first, we have to, we go around the league and give y'all all the news that y'all missed in case y'all did. Not too much has happened this week. A slow, little quiet week. There has been.
The calm before the draft storm.
You're right. Calm before the storm. And, not much has happened, but we got some stuff for you, man. So, first of all, I wanted to shout this guy out because he's the first player of his draft to do so. Noah Fant the Seahawks picked up Noah Fant's fifth-year option. Now, he got drafted in 2019, so he's the first player out of that draft to get his fifth-year option picked up so far. So, I mean, Noah Fant, he's decent, he's nice, he's serviceable. He just got traded, but the Seahawks definitely had to upgrade there in their tight end spot. So, I think they just want to secure that, down, build off of that. What do you think about Noah Fant? Do you think this season for Noah Fant will be a kind of a breakout season, as you would think?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean,
why not?
I guess you get to keep Drew Lock, your quarterback. I just don't see, why would he perform better over here in the Seahawks situation, which is essentially what his situation already was in Denver. Questionable quarterback play. You're just not on a playoff team at all. Your chances of you competing are very low, so I wouldn't say that. I think that picking up this fifth-year option is really all about keeping team control. In case he does break out, then we know that we have him, and we haven't even used the franchise tag yet. So I think that's more of what it's about for this. But you know what I was thinking about the other day? Now that we're talking about Noah Fant, perfect timing. Can you imagine being Noah Fant on the day that trade happened? Imagine, how shit leaks out. I already know the first thing that would have leaked out is Russell Wilson going to the Broncos. And he's like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting Russ. We're getting Russ.
My time to shine, right?
And they're like, oh, hey, Noah, you're actually on the opposing end. You're going to the Seahawks.
Yeah, you're going to
But
Seattle.
don't worry. We're sending Drew with you.
He's probably just like, oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
That's got to be the most disappointing news ever. The way that you would get so excited for a second just to completely crash back down to earth. Exactly. Terrible. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
And I hope that wasn't the case. Hope maybe he got lucky. Maybe they broke it to him first, But
yeah, that would have been nice of them,
But it's just so hard because sometimes it's like they could have already agreed, all right, we're gonna get this deal done one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? They could have already had principled terms that weren't 100% worked out. But the one thing is that this trade revolves around Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that it is a possibility that he could have found out Russ was traded to the Broncos. But I don't know, just speculation. But I just thought it was funny.
Well, him and Drew Lock actually do have, some chemistry together.
Some rapport.
Yes, because I remember because I had him in fantasy a couple years ago with Drew Lock as a starter. He actually did pretty well with Drew. I mean, Drew is a dump-off kind of quarterback, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Noah Fant usually does. He does a little drag routes. I mean, he could do it all. He can bust one open for, we've seen a 70-yard plus touchdown from Noah Fant. The guy's athletic, man. I mean, I think this might be a good season for Noah Fant, but, I mean, that was a smart choice by the Seahawks. And I was surprised that he's the first player out of that draft to have the fifth-year option picked up. But I just wanted to throw that in there for y'all. I mean, nothing crazy, but let's go to something that actually was a little crazy. Well, for me, because look at the shirt I'm wearing. Look at the hat I'm wearing. And, since Devontae Adams left us, we had a void. We didn't have a wide receiver one. But look, all these guys on the market. We got Jarvis Landry. We got, Odell Beckham Jr. We still got Julio Jones out there. And your boy. Can't forget him, Will Fuller.
That's right.
He's still out there. But guess what? We signed somebody this past week. And it wasn't any of those guys. Yeah, it wasn't any of those guys.
Who was it?
It was Sammy Watkins, guys.
Oh, that's a one. That's a one, right? He was drafted 3 overall.
Yeah.
Bills traded 2 first-round picks to get up there and get him.
Well, this isn't 8 years ago, okay? This is not 8 years ago. This isn't the 21-year-old Sammy Watkins we're talking about. We're talking about 29-year-old Sammy Watkins who can't stay on the field. He can't have one full season just fully healthy. I mean, the past couple seasons, he can't even run. His hamstrings have been basically held up by toothpicks. I mean, I get it. It was a 1-year deal, $4 million, very team friendly.
That was tiny ass deal.
Very tiny deal. So I can't get too pissed off about it. But I wanted to throw this out to y'all because this one, maybe this is what makes sense about this whole thing. I forgot personally that Sammy Watkins played under Matt LaFleur in LA when he was with the Rams as the offensive coordinator in 2017. That year, Sammy Watkins had one of his best career seasons. He had 8 touchdowns. He averaged 15.2 yards per catch, and he had 10 plays of 20-plus yards with Jared Goff, may I add.
Wow.
So he does know the LaFleur system. Okay, so maybe that makes makes more sense now that we're breaking it down. I don't think he'll be a huge factor with us, but I'm going to hold my breath. I'm not saying he's going to be our best receiver. I think Lazard is still better than Sammy Watkins. Hey, I'm saying it right now. Lazard, these past couple years have proven he has developed every single year more and more and more, and he stays healthy. So
I'm surprised to hear that from you. I don't really know. I don't really know who I would say. I would just default to Sammy Watkins because he's been in the league so long.
Yeah, and he's still kind of young.
And he's had 1,000-yard season before. It's been a long time.
1,000
Was that his
season.
Rookie year? Wasn't it
I think
like
it was his second year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, let me see. I got to see if he ever broke 1,000 because it's been a long time, everybody. He's still fast. I get the speed. He's a, downhill.
Big guy,
wide receiver. I know, supposedly, Aaron Rodgers says he's excited to play with Sammy Watkins. I mean, okay, yeah, I believe that. I mean, you went from Devontae Adams to Sammy Watkins. I don't think you're that excited, but
okay. So let me ask you this, all right? Sammy Watkins or Will Fuller? Which one would you rather have on this contract?
I'd probably say Sammy Watkins. Like,
okay.
I think Sammy Watkins was someone that kind of just like flew under the radar because I personally forgot about Sammy Watkins on the market. But, he has shown a little, week 1, he goes off. We've seen this happen a lot.
Killed the Jaguars.
Week 1, usually it's every season. He goes off week 1 and then he fades away into the sunset. He'll be like the number 1 waiver priority on the fantasy rosters. And then week 2, week 3, just kind of,
Honestly,
dies back
for me,
down.
I feel like he's still kind of living off of that playoff run with the Chiefs where he got really hot and was getting a lot of catches and being really productive. I feel like he's kind of still living off of that.
Yeah, and he has played with really good quarterbacks. I mean, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, last season. For a short period of time when he's healthy. And Lamar when he was healthy. But I do think he'll be okay with us. Like, it's Aaron Rodgers. He makes receivers, I think he'll be okay. I was a little ticked off about it because I would rather have Julio. I know Julio's the same boat, hamstring issues, older than Sammy is, but still.
But he's done a lot more.
Yeah, his ceiling is this compared to Sammy Watkins. So It's like, I would rather take Julio, but now I understand kind of why, because he played under LaFleur.
The connection, that football connection that gets everybody jobs and keeps them around.
Yeah, and it makes sense. So, welcome to Green Bay, Sammy Watkins. Just stay fucking healthy, man. That's all I'm asking, buddy. That's all I'm asking. And speaking of another washed up, I didn't call him washed, but speaking of another older receiver, he's going back to his former team. AJ Green has re-signed with the Cardinals on a 1-year deal. I mean, that was another guy that kind of flew under the radar for me.
Meh.
Yeah, a little mid, you know what I'm saying? Like, just midline. He's a great player in his prime, but now he's just not the same. I get it because Christian Kirk's gone. I understand why they brought him back. He already knew the playbooks and all that stuff. So good for you, AJ, man. Look, it seemed like you didn't really have a market out there. So go back home to your Cardinal fam, and hopefully Kyler's going to be there. So we'll touch on that later. And then also we have, I just wanted to get your input on this big payday. Okay, so the cornerback for the Browns, Denzel Ward, got a huge payday recently. A 5-year, $100.5 million contract with $71.25 of that fully guaranteed, making him the highest paid corner in NFL history, Kiefer. my question to you is, you already know who the other 100 mil corner is in the league,
right.
Jalen Ramsey. Do you think he's worth getting paid more than Jalen Ramsey? He is 24, is very young, and it seems like the Browns did get something right in that 2018 draft because same draft that they drafted Baker. They got Denzel Ward. Now, Kiefer, do you think he's worth this much money?
No, I mean, it's not worth that much money. But at the same time, if you're asking me, if I'm a Browns fan and you're asking me, would you rather pay him this money or let him walk? Yeah, I'd actually rather pay him that money. I might stall a little bit. I might be like, let's tag him. Let's tag him a couple. Let's pick up that 5th-year option, and then we got the tag next. But, I mean, no, he's not worth that much money. But Denzel Ward is really good.
Yeah, he is.
He has not made an All-Pro, surprisingly. I was actually looking through it, and I was like, dang, not once? Nope.
He made one Pro Bowl.
He made two.
Two?
He made it his rookie year and last year. But he's still a good corner, man. I mean, he's definitely a true one, so I don't blame the Browns for paying him that money. How they're able to spend all this money, real question. But,
yeah, that's a real question right there. Jesus.
But regardless, I mean, yeah, I would definitely want to keep him around.
Yes. Ward, his best season was his rookie season, in my opinion. I mean, he did it all his rookie season, made Pro Bowl, he stayed healthy. That's the thing about Denzel Ward. He's kind of been banged up these past couple seasons, missed a couple games. I think he only played 12 games the past couple years. So he missed about 4 to 5 games every season. So that's one thing that's, iffy with him. Still very young, so I understand where they're coming from here. But like you said, where the hell are they getting this money from? They now have spent over $300 million on just 2 players this offseason. I don't understand. This has been crazy for the Browns. How do you have that much money, especially for a smaller market team like the Browns? I have no idea, man. But one more signing that happened, and we touched on this on our last episode, and I'm sorry, Kiefer. But the Colts Signs.
It's official.
Stephon Gilmore, after they flew him on a private jet. Jim Irsay, Chris Ballard and company went to go pick him up personally. Brought him to Indianapolis. They said they didn't let him leave the building. They had him hostage or something until that deal got done. Well, they got the 2-year deal done worth $23 million with $14 million guarantee. I mean, that's a freaking
hell
run.
Of a bargain right there. Okay?
Home run.
The Colts are such bargain shoppers. Like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
We're going to see the Colts sign like 3 superstars for like really cheap deals because they're going to have been in talks with them the whole time.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying to see Gilmore sign a deal that small.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it makes me wonder what his offer was from LA. It must have been even smaller than that if you picked Indy over them.
Well, I'm sure they don't really have much money left.
Yeah,
the Rams do.
Yeah, very true.
Probably only a 1-year deal. They probably offered him.
But obviously a home run for the Colts. I mean, you didn't spend any money really, and then also you just got rid of Rock Ya-Sin, who you traded for Yannick Ngakoue, so it's kind of like filling that hole right there. And
upgrade, by the way.
I think it's a home run. Yeah, upgrade for sure.
Having him opposite of Moore. Moore just came off a Pro Bowl season. So, yeah, that was a lights-out freaking home run hit from the Colts. I mean, perfect fit, too. That defense is looking solid. And, I mean, it already has. But now it looks better in my eyes. You got Ngakoue, and now you have Stephon Gilmore. I mean, my Lord. And then you already had the Maniac in the middle. So, good sign from the Colts. I mean, sorry, Kiefer. It stings. It's all right. It stings.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully he'll get hurt.
Oh, my God. So, some drama is brewing around the league, everybody, as, it always has. We touched on him before, but let's bring him back up. Kyler Murray, Kiefer. Kyler Murray has now came out and said, listen, I'm not even going to play if I don't get a contract extension. How about that, Cardinals? I won't even play for y'all. He's telling them straight up, it's April. You got 3 months, or I won't even show up. He hasn't showed up to OTAs, or supposedly they said that they already had that conversation that they knew he wasn't going to show up. So at least he told them that. But Kyler Murray is demanding a payday, and now that Derek Carr just got paid, so the market's just going to keep going like this. Lamar and Kyler are sitting back and just like, let it go up higher because these guys ain't paying us. We eventually will get paid, or we're going to get traded. So what do you think? Like, is this smart behalf of Kyler? Because we just saw his head coach get paid. You know what I'm saying? His boy, Cliff Kingsbury. So Do you think they will eventually pay him, or maybe just like
Yeah,
ship him
absolutely.
out?
I think they'll pay him. I mean, they're definitely not going to ship him out. I mean, what other option are you going to play like quarterback frenzy and hope
Right.
somebody else wants to just dip out on their guy for your guy? Like, I don't think that's going to be a game you're going to want to play. You're not going to get value out of that. I think that they're for sure going to re-sign Kyler Murray because they're not going to have any choice but to re-sign Kyler Murray. And it's really funny because you got Kyler Murray who doesn't want to play without a contract. You got Lamar Jackson who doesn't want to sit down and negotiate a contract. What the hell is going on here, all right? I do think it's a little selfish of Kyler because it's like the second you were like eligible for an extension, you're like, no, you have to do it right fucking now.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a little bit much. Like, bro, give him a year. Like, shit, just tell him you want one or something. Like, damn, you got to take these aggressive routes. But I think it'll work. Like, I definitely think it will work.
It's smart.
I don't know what else that they're gonna do. Are you just gonna really bank that he shows up for week 1? I just really doubt that.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Yeah, I think they're 100% going to pay Kyler, and they're going to pay him whatever the hell he tells them to pay him. So
this is a smart marketing plan by him. I mean,
and it's interesting because I've heard there are people that think that they should not pay Kyler Murray. There are people that think that Kyler Murray has not done enough yet, and I'm just like, bro. I mean, I understand that he's not a finished product, but he plays quarterback. And he has shown how impressive he can be. And even if he hasn't been able to sustain that on the second half and the back half of years, it's a team effort also, by the way. So we've seen other parts of their team fall apart. Losing DeAndre Hopkins was absolutely critical.
Oh, my God.
But the fact that he made the playoffs last year, I feel like you have no argument to say Kyler Murray does not deserve a new contract. We have seen people get paid for doing absolutely nothing, okay? So Kyler definitely deserves a new contract. I just question whether he should be demanding it this fast, but regardless, it's going to work. He's going to get one.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at the Cardinals before Kyler got there, they were just atrocious. They weren't good. They were with Josh Rosen. That didn't pan out, of course, as we all know. And they got better every single year with Kyler Murray.
They did. Yep.
Even though they did lose in the playoffs, first game, but guess who they lost to? The Super Bowl champs. So, I mean, they did get blown out there. But they were derailed by injuries. I'm not giving them that excuse, but they were derailed by injuries. I mean, I feel like he deserves to get paid. I mean, like you said, there's no one better right now available that could replace Kyler Murray. And he's so young, and he's going to get better. I feel like he's one of those, he develops every single year. He's going to get better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? And if you build the right team around him, which I feel like they are, then it's gonna pay off in the long run. I'm not saying he's gonna win a Super Bowl. I don't think he'll win a Super Bowl. He might.
Ever?
I don't know. We don't know that.
You said you don't think he will.
I said he might. He might not. We don't know. But I think he is capable of winning one. But I don't know if they will because just that division. The Rams are
tough division.
Yeah. Now the NFC is weaker.
Not as much.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Seahawks are kind of that team that just like dropped out of the race. They were just like, forget it.
Yeah, whatever.
This isn't gonna work.
We're throwing the white flag. We're done. Yeah. We're gonna rebuild. But definitely think they're gonna make the playoffs again this year if Kyler is there, of course. We'll see how far they go into the playoffs. But yeah, man, I agree with you. I think they definitely need to pay Kyler, and it's smart by him. Tug on their shirt a little bit, make them speed up this process a little bit. And threaten to be like, I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna chill. And then he always has that baseball to fall in. He can call Oakland right now and be like, "Can I still come over and give it a go? I'm free." We'll see, man. We'll see. But let's talk about some more drama that's brewing.
Demands.
Oh yeah, and hefty demands. We've already touched on these guys, but we have one new guy in the fold now, and these guys are Deebo Samuel. We already talked about him. AJ Brown. We already talked about him. But Terry McLaurin is now in the mix. They all three are going to skip OTAs and off-season workouts because they want a new contract. They're all seeing money getting spurged everywhere. Like
they're seeing the receivers. They're seeing the receiver market,
and they're like, "Yo, we don't got a fifth-year option. We were all second-round draft picks right here. So this is our last, season entering right now in our contract. Pay us now." And they're doing what the Kyler Murray thing is. They're going to sit out. I'm not saying they're going to sit out the whole season like Kyler threatened to do, but they're skipping some OTAs and some off-season workouts. But the Titans, I will add, have already shut that down. They said we're talking to AJ Brown right now. We're gonna try to get a contract going because we can't let this man walk. I mean, that's smart. You do not let AJ Brown walk. But Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin, those are very interesting names. I don't, because the whole drama with Deebo and the 49ers.
It's kind of funny though, because when you think about it, like, we weren't even talking about Terry McLaurin. We were talking about DK Metcalf.
Yeah, now he's kind of faded off.
And DK Metcalf is like, nah, I'm going to go to work. Yeah. I'm going to still come. And Terry McLaurin, it was almost like he saw everybody else and he's like, yo, y'all are forgetting about me. Yeah, and he's right, because I forgot about him. Yeah. But he's definitely another dude that deserves a one contract.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's going to play out with the receivers. I do know this. I think that all of those guys stay on their current teams. The only one I could see being moved is DK. That's really the only
just because
one. And I just feel like they're so good, dude. Mm-hmm. You're gonna do what you need to do to make them happy.
Now, like, what do you think for Deebo's sake? Like, let's just throw this out, guys. What do you think he's worth? Like, if you're a team, I know, hold on. If you're a team, I personally know you do too. I think he's worth a lot. If I'm a team and I'm looking at Deebo Samuels, what are you willing to give up? Like,
quarterback money.
I
mean, like, or I should say quarterback capital. Like, what it takes to go get a quarter. I'll give you a first and a second. I'll give you my first overall pick and my second overall pick.
Overall?
Yeah. Well, not second overall, but first pick in the second round. Like if today they called the Jaguars and said, hey, I would be willing to go that high.
Damn, so you're saying the first and the 33rd pick right now?
Yeah.
Damn, that's hefty.
I mean, but dude, like,
I know
you can't guarantee you're going to get a player like that in the draft. Like, that's where I've really changed my thinking. Is like, if you're a true elite player at your position, I mean, you're worthy of 5 guesses. Because out of the 5 guesses, all of those are not going to work out, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just what it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if you bank on the fact of your first, like that first overall pick and that second overall, or that 33rd overall pick, neither one of them are probably going to reach the heights that Deebo's reaching right now.
They could, yeah.
I mean, it's like they could, but like,
we don't know.
You don't know. Exactly. Yeah. It's like throwing a dart. It's like you really just don't know. And with Deebo, it's like, you do actually know that this will work.
Yeah. I mean, and we've seen how versatile he is now. Like, this past season with him in the backfield more often, Kyle Shanahan used him perfectly. And, the first couple seasons when he was in the league, we didn't see that. We didn't see Deebo Samuel as a running back. But now
we saw him on the end around.
The jet sweeps.
Not lined up as
But he was lining up, going through the freaking A and B gap and just, making some plays. I'm like, holy crap. This guy is a freaking Swiss Army knife, like straight up, like, and he
throws the ball.
And he can throw the ball. That's what I was about to say. So I'm with you, man. I feel like if I'm the Packers, because we're going to talk about our favorite teams, if I'm the Packers, go ahead and take both of them first-round picks.
Yeah, but if you're the Niners, you're not trading Deebo.
I know, you can't.
You're looking far and away, somewhere like Jackson.
Oh, yeah, like Kyle Shanahan is like, Matt, I ain't going to do that. Just hang the phone up. And then Matt's just like, I just wanted to give you a call and try. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, but yeah. I'm with you. I think these guys stay on their teams.
And especially with Deebo. Like, dude, literally, I'll cut Jimmy G if that's what I got to do to keep this guy on the team. Because you can't say you don't have the money. Like, literally cutting Jimmy G gets you the money. So, like, I can't. I can't sometimes with these reports. I'm like, I cannot buy into the fact that these guys are actually on the market.
You know what? Like, these reports are, I think they're just like guys like us. They're just like, we're bored. Let's just stir up the pot a little bit. Let's just make our own little reports, like some drama.
And you know where else it probably comes from, dude? It probably comes from these guys' fucking agents.
Yeah, true.
Because the agents are trying to press the team. So
to get more money.
What other way do you help press the team through the media?
Yep.
But it sounds like, I mean, you saw the video of AJ Brown and Deebo about the fans, right? And their tweets.
Yeah, so what you talking about the AJ Brown when he was like they switch up. It's funny how fast they switch up on us.
And then Deebo made a video too, and Deebo made a video.
Oh,
basically the same exact thing, like saying that they're getting like threats.
Death threats. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, I said that like for the media to put the pressure on. It's really weird because I actually don't expect that reaction from fans. Like, that's honestly, crazy. I've never really been like that kind of a fan where I'm going to be mad at the player. I'm always going to be mad at the freaking team. Mm-hmm. Okay. So to me, that's like, I just don't understand how a fan could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, bro, your team could just sign them, right? And we could end this whole thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure like all the fans will shut the hell up if they do re-sign the guy.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
what are you gonna do now? Oh, I'm sorry about sending you that death threat. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, man, they're really sending death threats to Debo. Like, I don't care. Like, you've seen how much this man has done for your fucking team,
Yeah.
and you're gonna sit there and send that? I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, so we'll see. We're gonna keep a close eye out. We'll definitely let y'all know if anything does happen with these three guys, because it's probably gonna be swirling around. If it doesn't happen during the draft, then it's kind of
It'll
gonna
swirl
die.
till they get their new contracts.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start heading towards the draft. You know what I'm saying? Our picks are coming up, guys. But look, something happened that shocked us because we both picked this guy going number 2.
Yeah. Basically screwed up our draft already.
The mock's already blown up, guys, because Dan Campbell, the head coach for the Detroit Lions, says, quote unquote, he isn't a fan of Thibodeau because he has concerns about how he'll fit into Detroit's culture. Now, we both took Thibodeau at number 2 to the Lions, so this
Do we know for sure that he said that, or was that just what's reported?
I think it was quoted. Like, he isn't a fan.
He said that publicly?
I don't know if he said it publicly or like to somebody, but yeah, when I read the report, it said in parentheses like he isn't a fan. So I'm assuming he said it, and he said the whole culture.
I saw the report. I just couldn't really figure out if it was like one of those things where it was a rumor, or if it was like, no, he publicly said this on the record type of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's
regardless,
shocking.
honestly, when I read it, I kind of believe it. Like I don't see this as a smokescreen report for a few reasons. One, I just don't see what leverage the Lions gain from that. I mean, unless they're thinking like everybody thinks they're going to pick Thibodeau, but they want to trade the spot, so now they're making it seem like they're not picking Thibodeau. But
it's going to kind of bash him.
But when I see Dan Campbell's personality and Thibodeau's personality, I think that like I could see him thinking that because he's such a different person from Thibodeau.
Yeah, like I understand. Like we touched on, he doesn't interview well with teams. Like that's one thing. His stock has been slowly, going worse and worse and worse, just because the personal, aspect of him, like how he talks to people, how he interviews with people, his plays. We've seen how he plays, but like Dan Campbell says, can he fit in somewhere, as a culture? Can he be a part of that? And that's the big question mark with Thibodeau. He's a freak of nature. He's an athletic freak. I mean, but I don't know if his personality will match that. That's what all these teams are scared of. And now I feel like this is kind of sucky for Thibodeau, because if if Dan Campbell's saying this at number 2, it's probably a red flag for the rest of the teams that are below him. Like, okay, well, if this guy, if he doesn't think they're going to fit in his culture, why would he fit in ours, I don't understand it, man. I mean, maybe it's something, like we said, like behind the scenes, something must have rubbed people off the wrong way. Because I personally think Thibodeau's a freaking beast. But, I mean, we'll see. That's already, putting our mocks in flames. So,
trash it.
Number 2 is already,
but we're not going back
different.
for that.
No.
We already put it there. I'm going to leave it there.
Hell no.
I'm going to hope that he has a change of heart or something. All right,
Dan, just think it over again, okay? Just one more time.
And it has been reported that 21 of the draft prospects are going to attend the NFL draft for the first night.
Okay, cool.
Let me ask you this, Max.
21?
Yeah, 21 of them.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, man. Should they even go? Like, if you were a player, should you go to the draft, and why?
Because one, I definitely would go, because it's a once in a lifetime thing. I mean, you get drafted once, right? But
keep in mind though, if you don't go, they just bring a camera to wherever you are.
Yeah, like Trevor didn't go. Right. He was chilling.
I think nobody was allowed to go then, because I think COVID stuff was still going on.
Was it? You might have been right. But Trevor was chilling with Darius Rucker and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was chilling like he was. But I personally would go. I don't know. And isn't it in Vegas?
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I'm going. I don't give a fuck.
You could say that, but you could argue the opposite way, especially if you're going to be a day 2 or a day 3 player. Yeah. Well, I guess
back
only only the first day people get invited to the draft.
Like the top 20.
But like, I mean, just imagine like you're there the night before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're
like
going out.
trouble just follows your ass somewhere.
It's a Wednesday night for them, so maybe it's not too crazy. You know, I don't know how Vegas is. Never been there, but I want to go. But Wednesday night in Vegas, do you think it gets wild a little bit?
I think that Vegas is wild every single night.
You're probably right. I mean, yeah.
It's fucking Vegas, dude. Are you serious right now?
Well, one, these guys don't have a lot of money yet, so that could
have they got that shit fronted to them. Yeah, you already know that. The agent's
advanced.
I got you. Here's $50K to get us through this process.
I'm going to get it back. So,
but I am charging you 25% interest on that $50K.
Oh, hell yeah. You want that necklace around your neck? I'll get you that too, but you're going to pay me back right when you sign that contract. I mean, I would go, man. I would definitely go. I mean, it's just a once in a lifetime event, you know. Just to hear your name get called, all the fans there cheering, you know, your family watching, maybe some family in attendance with you. I would definitely go. I mean, people like to just have their
everybody
own.
Though, everybody, like if you were invited, because you got to think about it now. You say they're going to see you get selected, but like, what if you're one of those back end guys? You're not a guaranteed spot. I'm not even sure if they invite people that they don't think are guaranteed spots, but sometimes they think somebody like Miles Jack. Everybody thought he was going to be they were talking about him.
Not really. Because of injury.
They were always talking about him top 10.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Just because of injury. It was him and Jalen. I remember this. It was him and Jalen Smith. They were top 10 talents, but teams were scared. I remember
seeing him mocked top 10 like up until like 2 weeks before the draft. And then he started to slip out of the top 10, but I never saw a mock.
Did Miles Jack go?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was at the Jaguar Stadium, so I wasn't really.
Yeah, you were just enjoying yourself. I got you. Would you go, or would you just have like a little, you know, function at the house?
Yeah, I wouldn't go. Actually.
Why?
I mean, just think about
my
personality, dude. It's hard to get me to go anywhere, all right? And if I'm a top player, that camera's going to follow me, okay? And also, I just... Like, yeah, I get that it's kind of an honor. I mean, maybe if I was like the 1 overall pick, but even then, like, I just kind of want to be with my people. Yeah, I remember Joe Thomas went fishing during the draft. Like, I respect shit like that. So, like, I respect people going too, but I just think that's super cool. It's like, yeah, I'm going to just do me.
Yeah.
So that would probably be me. I'd probably stay home.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely
probably
see
wouldn't
both
go
sides.
fishing. I'd be watching it, but I wouldn't go.
Yeah, I see both sides, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely would go. I mean, you know my personality. I like to, you know, go out and hang out and stuff. So I like to be outside the house. But I definitely see where you're coming from.
Plus, I feel like you get bored there after.
I was gonna think
how
that too.
early do I have to get there just to wait for this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be there forever.
All right, you're right.
And then how long afterwards am I gonna be stuck here doing interviews, doing all this other shit instead of hanging out with the people that I want to hang out with?
Because after those, you know, the lights shit. That's when you're like, shots, let's turn on this party.
Right.
I would be like, yeah, maybe if I'm not top 5.
And also, that's another thing. You're not really going to be able to act like that. Like, you're going to actually have to keep it under control and look professional because this is your... I mean, listen, nobody's going to fault you if you don't, but, like, overall, people do want to see that. Like, I remember the guy from Atlanta that got drafted in the first round, and he brought the picture of his grandma up there. But he was also, like, being very rambunctious, and people did not like him.
Yeah, he's like, wow.
People thought he was being over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Maybe if I'm not like a top 5 prospect, because I don't want to sit there and be like, just, you know, hurry up. Because, like, eventually, because, you know, once you're there and you're done, you know, you just kind of fade away, and then that's when you can celebrate and stuff. But, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Maybe I won't go. I don't know. You know what? We'll never know.
Don't let me talk you out of it.
I mean,
in this hypothetical world where we're actually good at sports and we don't just talk about it.
You know, I want to go out and I want to party. That's the thing. I want to celebrate with my people. So maybe I will. Maybe I won't go. I don't know. But let's get into the top 10, or I'm sorry, the picks 11 through 22. We are officially at the mock again, guys. All right, Kiefer.
Maybe we should go over our top 10.
Oh yeah, let's
catch everybody up. All right.
Go. You're right.
So for me, in order, I got the Jaguars taking Aiden Hutchinson at 1. Got Thibodeau going 2 to the Lions. Got Trayvon Walker going 3 to the Texans. Sauce Gardner 4 to the Jets. Evan Neal 5 to the Giants. Panthers reach and take Kenny Pickett with the 6th overall pick. Giants take Kyle Hamilton with the 7th overall pick. Falcons go ahead and grab Malik Willis with the 8th overall pick. And then the Seahawks get a steal in Ike Ekwonu at the 9th overall
if he's at
pick.
9, wow.
And the Jets with the first wide receiver off the board, Garrett Wilson.
Okay, so me and Kiefer have some similarities, but I got Aiden Hutchinson at 1, Thibodeau at 2, Evan Neal at 3, Sauce Gardner at 4, Ike Ekwonu at 5. I don't know how he got him falling to 9, man, but we'll see.
That's how it rides.
I got Malik Willis going to 6 instead of Pickett. I got Trayvon Walker at 7, Drake London at 8. For my first receiver off the board. Then I got Derek Stingley at number 9 to the Seahawks, and Garrett Wilson. I'm with you with that one at number 10 to the Jets. So we are now on to Washington at pick 11. Kiefer, who do you got going at number 11?
At number 11. And to be honest with you, this isn't even listed as a need, and I don't know how it's not. But I got them taking Charles Cross, the offensive tackle. It's not listed as a need, but I look at their tackles and I'm like, and you just got Carson Wentz, who is not going to be well if you do not have a good, solid offensive line. So I got them taking Charles Cross.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. He's definitely top tackles in this draft, but I got someone that's already off your board, and that's safety Kyle Hamilton at number 11. So they need some safety help. I mean, Cameron Curl and Bobby McClain are their starters right now. McClain had 4 interceptions last season, but I don't know who the hell Cameron Curl is. I never heard of this guy. They need desperate safety help.
I think they lost somebody too, and that's
was it Malcolm Jenkins?
No, that's not the Commanders.
I forgot who they lost, but
Collins.
Yes,
there we go.
Yes, didn't he retire?
No,
he just left.
Retire. They just cut him.
Oh yeah, so yeah, exactly. They lost Landon Collins. I don't know who this Cameron Curley dude is. He's not going to be a starter. So I think Kyle Hamilton makes sense if he's available at number 11 to Washington. Now, Minnesota's next at pick number 12. I'm going to go defense, of course, with Minnesota. They desperately need defensive help. And I think Trent McDuffie, the corner out of Washington, makes the most sense right here. They have a terrible secondary. They need someone opposite of Patrick Peterson, who they just re-signed on a 1-year deal. And in college last season, he only allowed 16 catches out of 36 targets for 111 yards, 0 touchdowns. So the guy was kind of locked down now. He did play in the Pac-12, so I just want to throw that out. And the last time a Washington corner got drafted nearly this high was Kevin King. So I don't trust Washington's corners, but hey, Minnesota needs corner help. Trent McDuffie is the best one on my board.
All right. Well, I also went cornerback. I went somebody that is already off on your board, but still available in mine. Derek Stingley Jr. The physical talent of Derek Stingley Jr. is what keeps him this high in my mock. I think that the last 2 years he's played shit football. All right.
Come
really
on.
No
Give him
sugar.
He was hurt.
Shit, all right.
He was injured.
Listen, you can make up all the excuses you want. All right. He wasn't injured enough to not play, so he should have played better. Okay. And he hasn't done anything since that LSU team the whole team went to the NFL. So it makes me feel like everybody around you is really who's been picking up that labor back then when you were 18 years old.
I can't believe
But
you.
listen, he did have a phenomenal year that 2019 season. And also, I think the Vikings are a perfect situation for somebody like him because Patrick Peterson is there, who is not what he once was, okay?
No.
But he brings a lot of experience and a lot of valuable knowledge that he can help Derek Stingley with and elevate his game to that potential that everybody knows that he has.
I'd be pissed if Derek Stingley's still available at 12 because I think Minnesota will pick him. And I would hate to see that, as you guys know. Good pick. We both agree on the corners help for the Minnesota Vikings. But let's go to your Houston Texans rivalry. And the Texans' second pick in the first round. At pick number 13, who you got going there?
I got them taking Drake London. All right. They already went on the offensive side of the ball. There's not really any top tier tackles here, which could make an argument for it because on the right side, they have Titus Howard, who he was actually a pretty early pick, but he hasn't really been great. I don't think he's been terrible for them, but he hasn't been great. So I think that if one of those top tier tackles was there here, they would consider him. But I think that they're going to get Drake London because they need some help over there, right? They got Brandon Cooks, but I mean, if you actually want to give Davis Mills a chance to be your franchise quarterback, you're going to need to get him a little bit of help. And honestly, the Texans are the kind of team where you really could throw a dart and just pick somebody. Like they should just go for whoever is top on their board. That's who they should draft because you got needs all over the place. But I'm going to have them take Drake London here just because I think that they already addressed the defense, so they might as well just go ahead and 1v1 that shit.
So I got it different because, I went offense for Texans, pick one with Evan Neal. So I had to go defense, pick number 2. I went with the edge rusher, George Karlaftis. I think that's.
Oh my god!
I think is that how you say his name?
Yeah, that's how you say his name.
I don't know. Edge rusher out of Purdue.
Karlaftis.
What? I don't know how to say this guy's name, guys. I'm sorry.
You just had to
Hold
take
on.
him at 13.
Why? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
There are better edge rushers on the board.
Oh, come on!
But I'll get to it later. Let's just go ahead.
Okay,
say why.
You're right. There is. There might be other ones, but you know what? I picked this guy out of Purdue. I saw some of his highlights. He can make some plays, man, and they desperately need an edge rusher. Okay, I mean, they desperately need everybody, but they got their tackle at number 3. Now they got their edge rusher at number 13 with George. I like the pick. I don't know about y'all, man, but, who cares what y'all think, okay? It's our mock.
I'll say this about George, okay? There have been a lot of variances in how he has been graded. I've seen people grade him as low as a 3rd round grade.
No way.
Yes, I have. They say that he's really hard to evaluate.
That's because how good he is.
All right.
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't see much of George, but I saw some of his highlights. He looked pretty good, man. Someone they need, you know what I'm saying? And Purdue,
Okay.
Purdue just produces,
All right.
Get it? Produces good talent sometimes. Drew Brees is kind of the only one I'm thinking of. Let's go to Baltimore at number 14, the Ravens. I got them going defense as well. I got them going interior defensive line, okay? I got a tackle coming off the board here at Devontae Wyatt from Georgia. They need a dominant force in the middle, okay? They run a 3-4, if I'm not mistaken.
They do.
So, that he's going to be their guy right slap dab in that defensive line. You got Calais on the edge. You got Wolf on the other end.
They're not really edge. They're like
I'm saying
ends.
the ends. Yeah, that's what I meant. At the ends, you got to have Wyatt right there. And this dude, I know you're talking about, we have Jordan, what's his name? Davis, all same school, same teammate. People are going to look at him, but I think this guy is just the most explosive one out of the two. The most athletic one, the most in shape one. I'm just gonna say it straight up. I think he is your every down defensive
most
tackle.
In shape. The guy ran.
I mean, come on. So did he. So did Wyatt. They both ran a friggin' 40 at the same speed almost, but Davis is way heavier. But yeah, I got Devontae Wyatt at number 14. Might be a little reach because they got him mocked around, the 20 areas, but I think Baltimore just needs that presence on defense, man.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I do. But the thing is, teams really place an emphasis on that edge, man. They really prioritize that
they
shit.
do. You're right.
I like your pick for the Ravens, but I got them going edge here, and I got them taking a different defensive end than your last pick with the Texans. Yeah. I got Jermaine Johnson going to the Ravens.
FSU.
Listen, and I'm not being a homer at all. I don't do that. But Jermaine Johnson is really good, man. I mean, he's a complete player. He plays the run really well, plays the pass really well. He has power and speed, good length, solid hand moves. So, I mean, the only thing that you can really knock him for is sometimes he gets a little indecisive when he's running into a move on which one he's going to use in that moment. But his draft stock dramatically jumped up with a great Senior Bowl week. This is a guy that went from like the back end of the first round to a top 15 lock almost. So this is a guy that I really like here. And I like him a lot better than George.
He might be better, yeah.
And he did transfer from Georgia to FSU. Yeah. I feel like some people are kind of knocking him for that. I don't, because if you look at the way that Georgia plays defense, I feel like he just wanted to show out, and he realized that they don't do that there because they have nobody with massive stats over there on that defense. So
I mean, and that's just crazy that he came from Georgia, and now all these like prospects are
Can you
coming.
Imagine if he was there too,
bro. They were just producing freaking talent on the defensive side. My lord,
yeah,
I like your pick too. I mean, that's another guy that's been mocked very high up there. So. I mean, I might have slipped on that one.
I thought about putting him in the top 10 last week. I really did. I considered him there. Yeah. I've seen a few. Yeah, I've seen a few with him there. It's such a variance once you get to that 6 through 10 pick. There's a real variance in what you'll see. But let's go ahead and move on to the Eagles with their first of 2
Philly,
picks.
stand up.
All right. You could go a lot of different ways here. Okay, I think that there's a lot of ways that they could go on defense. But I think that given the teams behind them, I think they're going to want to lock in a wide receiver right here.
At 15,
and I think that they go ahead and get Chris Olavey right here, okay? This is a guy that it looks like they've had interest in the whole time. They brought him in for visits and everything. Honestly, the one thing I'll say about these wide receivers that I have picked, I do think that Jamison Williams is better than all of them. But I just think that where his value has gone on the board because of that injury,
ACL,
that's why I'm going to pick Chris Olavey here.
No, I love the Chris Olave pick. I told you this is my favorite receiver out of the draft. I hope the Packers trade up right here. This is where I think another trade potential.
He's not going to be there at 22.
I know. This is a trade potential right here, guys, because Philly still has 2 picks in the first. This could be a trade potential for the Packers. If we make a move, do it now.
And the Eagles are looking for compensation for next year.
Exactly.
So,
but we're not doing trades here. So I went defense for Philly at number 15. They desperately need linebacking help, okay? And Devin Lloyd from Utah is the best linebacker in this draft. I'm saying it right now. He's the best linebacker in this draft. I know Nakobe Dean, before Njoku got hurt from Michigan, he could be possibly. But I love Devin Lloyd. This guy is a freaking beast. He can cover tight ends, which is number one thing for me. As a linebacker, you need to cover these tight ends. He can take on blocks and he can blitz. He can do it all, man. I mean, we saw against Oregon, he picked 6 it to the house. I mean, dude had a phenomenal year for Utah last season. Devin Lloyd at 15 makes so much sense for Philly.
I like that pick.
Yeah. I just feel like that would be a home run hit by them, but they could go receiver as well. I mean, we're getting to that territory where you just said that it's going to be a little interesting. For the Saints, for their first pick, I got this guy falling. You had him at 11. I got him going at 16. This might be a steal for the Saints. I don't think he will fall to 16. It's Charles Cross, your tackle. I mean, you need a replacement for Armstead. You just lost one of the best tackles in the game. On my board, Charles Cross is the best guy available right there at 16. I might have slept on Charles Cross a little bit because I don't think he will fall to 16 because, there's a lot of guys that says he's going to top 10 pick. We'll see, but if he falls to 16, that's a steal for the Saints.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the same thing. I think they would definitely take Cross if he was there, but on my board he's not, and I don't project him being there, mostly because he is a tackle, and people do go up and they get their tackles.
They'll get him.
But I think with the Saints in their situation, they have 2 first-round draft picks, but they recently lost an anchor on that line with Teron Armstead. So I also have them taking a tackle out of desperation here because he's probably not the top guy on their board. I got them taking Trevor Penning.
Oh, okay? Good. That guy's good, man. That guy's good.
Yeah, I mean, he's the 4th tackle in the draft.
I mean, come on. You got to show some love to Trevor. Come on. I know he went to Northern Iowa, but you got to show a little bit of love to him.
But listen, I mean, that's what they're drafting for need. They're trying to make it to the playoffs. I think that they would consider a quarterback, but with Malik Willis off the board, I don't think they'd consider anybody else. Maybe a Desmond Ridder. I think they brought him in, but I think that they're going to go all out for this year, get Trevor Penning, and then next, the Chargers. The Chargers are pissed right now, okay, because this run on tackles is killing these guys, all right? They could definitely use a tackle.
They got a good left one.
They got a good left one. That's right, they do. But I think that they're going to reach here. I really do. Really? I think that they are going to get Tyler Smith.
Who?
Okay, another offensive tackle. All right, he's been mocked in most of the in the first round of most.
Is
most
that the
drafts.
Central Michigan guy or?
Tulsa, I believe, but let me double check.
There's another guy from Central Michigan that they're.
Yeah, I've seen his name popped out there too, but I think that they're going to go with Tyler Smith here.
Okay.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm really throwing a dart on this one. I just think that when the way my board laid out, I was like, man, I just think that they're gonna, yeah, definitely Tulsa. I just think that they're gonna take a dart on a tackle because I just feel like you have to.
Yeah. You know what I went? Now this would be scary hours, guys. Hashtag scary hours for Chargers if they make this pick right here. Jamison Williams, wide receiver. One, I see them making this pick because you can definitely have him rest. You don't need him right away. You know what I'm saying? You got enough weapons as is. But when you throw this guy in there with the mix with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, you throw him in the slot.
What about Guyton?
Guyton's still there. He did resign, but nah. I think, you got Jamison Williams. He's the best deep threat in the draft by far. If he's fully healthy, before he went down in Alabama, he was by far the best deep threat in college football. So you add him with Herbert, with Keenan Allen, with Mike Williams. Let's throw Guyton in there. Why not? Throw Guyton in there. My God. And I feel like the Chargers are just one of those teams like, let's load the fuck up on offense. Let's give Justin everything he freaking asked for, and we're going to ball out. And, dude, if Jamison Williams falls to 17, my God. My God. And then for the next one, Philly, their second pick, I actually went who you got picked 15th. Chris Olavey at number 18. Nothing really much to say. We already talked about him. Best route runner in the draft for me. Is something to point out, 13 out of his 65 catches last season were all touchdowns. So, Jesus, the touchdown ratio and rating is fucking high. He had 8 straight games with a touchdown. My Lord, this guy's just a playmaker. I had him falling to 18, but definitely can go higher than that. What do you have him?
I find that incredibly hilarious. So
Why?
You picked Devin Lloyd at 15 and then Chris Olavey at 18, right?
Yeah.
All right, I
We
picked
flip-flopped.
Chris Olavey at 15 and Devin Lloyd at 18.
Yeah,
all right,
right, baby.
Listen, they have a need for both of these things. They first of all, they don't even necessarily have a number 2 receiver with the last first round. Or the I'm blanking on his name, the guy that they have over there, Jalen Rager.
He sucks.
But regardless, they still need another receiver, and also they need a linebacker. But the reason that I did it in this order was just because I think
the dominoes fell, like the teams behind him, like you said.
That and also, that definitely because I think that they'll look at the Saints and the Chargers as teams that could take linebackers. But I think that it's also just positional value. I think that teams overlook linebacker more and more these days because of the sub packaging that you have. So I think that they'll prioritize the receiver, but I do see them getting Devin Lloyd at linebacker.
Hey, I like
because he's the top rated linebacker in the draft. And then 19, the Saints, I got them grabbing Jamison Williams.
Really?
Yeah, they can definitely
That
use
would be
another
nice,
receiver.
yeah.
The only real firepower they have in the passing game, when you don't look at Alvin Kamara, is Michael Thomas. They have, what's the
we
other
haven't
guy?
seen him in 2 years, though. Jesus.
There's another guy that they have.
Traquan Smith.
No, there's another guy that's pretty good deep threat, but
Callaway?
Yeah, Callaway,
Yeah.
yep. Regardless, I think they could use a true second receiver, and that would definitely be Jamison Williams. I think they could end up with the best wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah, that'll be a nice fit for them. So I got. Hold your phones, everyone. I got someone a little might be a little reach here. Okay, so you're talking about. Remember how you said they need a quarterback, right? But you said Malik Willis is off the board for you. Kenny Pickett's off the board. Same here. Wait, I don't think I have Kenny Pickett off the board. So at number 19, I got Kenny Pickett going to the Saints.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Why not? You still have Jameis Winston there. I get it. But we're all talking about they wanted to develop a quarterback. Well, perfect guy right here. Kenny Pickett. No, we don't. This draft is. For this draft, yeah, go ahead. But yeah, I definitely see the Saints getting a quarterback somewhere in this draft. And we're not talking about trades here, so we're just gonna how the dice rolls. Number 19, Kenny Pickett. That might be super low because he's projected top 10. But we'll see. We'll see how the dice rolls. I got Kenny Pickett at number 19. For Steelers, now they're all pissed. The Steelers are in a bad spot. Malik's gone. Kenny Pickett's gone. I don't think they're going to reach on Sam Howell. Do you? I don't think so. So I got them addressing their line, their offensive line. I got Trevor Penning. He's already off your board. I got him falling to 20. Trevor Penning went to Northern Iowa, and he is the best run blocker in this draft. And I feel like
definitely not.
Yes, he is. Look.
Ike Ekwonu's the best one.
Now let me say it right now. He ranked a 99.9 as a run blocker on PFF, the highest ever charted for them. So I mean, in their eyes, he's better than Ekwonu at run blocking. And then 9 out of 12 games, he had a 990 overall plus blocking grade. So, my eyes, the Steelers need to worry about how to get Najee Harris more involved and how to get him, more explosive, protect him more. Go get this guy, Trevor Penning, and maybe you'll see a huge, huge dramatic change in that.
Well, I'll tell you this. The Steelers do like to develop people, and Trevor Penning does need some development. He gets a lot of penalties. A lot of the reports say that he's not very good at blocking in space, and he also played lesser competition. So,
I know. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's the back end of the graph.
That's what PFF said.
I don't trust those guys.
I know you hate them.
But all right. Well, with the Steelers, you asked, what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Reach on a quarterback? Yeah. Absolutely, they're going to reach on a quarterback. Oh my God! They're going to go out and they're going to get Desmond Ridder. Okay, this guy's draft stock has been slowly increasing. He's definitely slid into the first round of most mocks at this point. So I think that they're going to go ahead and the reason is because the Steelers are always talking about how they want a mobile quarterback. I think that they're gonna take a chance on Desmond Ridder because Mike Tomlin is the kind of guy that thinks he can develop most players.
What about Sam Howell though? Like why him? Why
I'm
Ridder?
Gonna stay sleep on Sam
because Sam. Can
honestly,
move.
The reason that I'm so down on Sam is because I've watched him play more than I've watched the other quarterbacks play, and honestly, every time I've watched Sam Howell play, he's imploded. So I'm not a Sam Howell guy. He is rated as the best deep ball thrower of this class, but not for me. I'm not a Sam guy.
I was just pointing out his dual threat ability. He ran for over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's a runner too, but I just think Desmond Ridder, I think he's a better prospect overall. And the fact that he's if there was a quarterback that is immobile, I'm not mocking them to the Steelers because I've heard Tomlin say how he wants a mobile quarterback, and they just came from a pocket passing quarterback. So I just think that there's no way that they're going to draft somebody like that. And then for the Patriots.
Oh, this is now, before you go, this is a tough one. I don't know what they'll do.
It's tough for you?
Yeah, for me. I feel
it was easy for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I think no matter what, they're taking a cornerback, all right?
Corner, okay.
It's such a weak position for them right now. So the guy that's not off my board, Trent McDuffie. I think he's got a lot of good gradings and good ratings on him.
If he falls to 21, that's a steal.
I think he definitely could. I mean, listen, there's going to be a nice little run on receivers, tackles, and edge. So that's really what has been a factor. And because if you notice, I don't even have a defensive tackle off the board right now.
You don't,
but I think it's because most places that could use a defensive tackle could also use an edge. So that's really where it's just come and played out for me.
I went differently with that. I went even though they do need a corner. Mine was already off the board that you just took. I went with Nakobe Dean out of Georgia, linebacker. Just to have that guy, the center in the field defensively, they've kind of struggled with that in the past couple of years. This guy has elite quickness and speed. He can cover everywhere. He gave up -2 yards on 4 targets against Michigan in the semifinals this past season. I mean, he knows how to cover, and I feel like he could be that Mike that they are missing on defense, but I definitely see them getting corner as well. I mean, like I said, I feel like the Patriots are such a question mark because it's just Bill Belichick. He can go anywhere, man. But we'll see. Now, we're going to close out on the Packers' first pick. Pick number 22, man. You already know where I'm going. And they better go this guy too. Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. Because get this, 6'3", 225, big body receiver with speed, man. And guess what? They're comparing him. Since we can't get him, because Kyle Shanahan won't let him. They're comparing him to Deebo Samuel. Okay, so
Wow.
anyone compared to Deebo Samuel, oh, you better give it to us. Packers, don't fuck this up. Everyone else is off the board. All the receivers. Treylon Burks is your best available receiver on the board. Go get this guy. This guy is a steal at number 22. Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. You better fucking do it, Packers. Don't get no cute. No, don't be cute. What do you got?
Got the exact same thing.
All right.
Treylon Burks. So
I was holding my breath.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
Why?
Because you just did.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, fine. And
honestly, with the receivers, I was really throwing darts because I haven't gotten that deep into like watching their film. So I was kind of going off of boards, and it was really between him and Dotson were the two that I kept seeing back and forth.
I'd pick Burks over Dotson.
I went Burks because of just the way he plays.
Yeah, he's just a big body dude. I mean, you want a 50-50 guy. I feel like we can use Burks completely different how we use Devontae. We're going to have to because we use Devontae on little drag routes, little screen passes. Burks has speed. He's a big body dude. I would love Treylon Burks in Green Bay. So that's our picks 11 through 22. We will finish the first round next week, and we're dropping it right on Thursday, right before the draft happens. In the morning time, go to work, go throw on the Max Coverage Podcast. Get all the draft news you need right before the big day. I'm ready. I'm ready for the draft, man. I'm just excited, and it's the best time of the year for
I love the hope that the draft brings.
Yep. It's always
as a Jaguars fan, I know it too well.
Yeah. Well, that's our show, guys. Go follow us everywhere. Max Coverage Podcast on Instagram, Max Coverage Pod on Twitter, of course, Max Coverage TV on YouTube. And we'll see y'all next week. We're out of here.
Peace.